The following clip that I'm about to show you is a perfect example of why America is so great. You can be a man or a woman from a small town in nowhere, Arkansas, and with a good idea, a lot of work, and yes, some luck, you can do some great, wonderful things.
I'm Jeff Stroop. I'm from Cabot, Arkansas, and I'm the creator of Hycon. I work full-time as a captain of the fire brigade and a maintenance supervisor.
Come on, let's go, let's go!
One day I was operating the truck and I realized that it was taking way too long to provide water to the fire scene. And after that, I decided I needed to come up with some way to fix it, and then that's when Hycon was developed. I work on Hycon on the side on the weekends and in the evenings. There's nothing out there like it. We've been fighting fires the same way for 100 years. My product is going to revolutionize the way you provide water to the fire scene. The potential of Hycon is to make millions, but more than that, it's about saving lives, and that means more to me than anything. My product is ready for manufacturing, and now is the time that I need a shark to come in and help get the financing available for this product. I've invested 11 years of my life. I cannot let this fail, and this will succeed. Hello, my name is Jeff Stroop. I am the owner of Hycon LLC. I'm here today to ask for an investment of $500,000 for 40% equity in my business. Now, let's suppose for a moment that someone that you know or loved lived in a house that caught on fire, and they could have been saved if only firemen could have gotten water to the structure just moments sooner. Now, I've been a fireman for 15 years. I tried thinking of ways to save time in supplying water to the fire scene because there was too many homes and American dreams being destroyed by fire. So now I've come up with a solution, Hycon. Hycon is the world's fastest way to connect and disconnect from a hydrant. Let me show you how that's done. I have two professional firemen going to help me demonstrate this. Now Damon is on this side, and he's going to help me connect the Hycon with a standard hose to this side. And Kevin is on this side to connect just a standard hose, which is the way it's done today. Okay, gentlemen, let's begin now. As you can see, the Hycon is already connected. It's ready to turn the water on. The other side, we're still trying to screw it on. Okay, now he's got it tight. Okay, now let's disconnect to show the speed on that. Okay, begin. You can see the speed it takes to disconnect the Hycon versus your standard hose that's being used across the United States today. At a fire scene, every second matters. Your standard connection can sometimes take 30 seconds or more. Hycon can be done in less than 3 seconds and disconnected in a second. Now, there's over 33,000 fire departments across the United States. Now, there's millions to be made at this market alone. Who's ready to make millions with me?
Where are you from, Jeff?
I'm from Arkansas.
What about your base department where you worked? What, are they customers?
They love it. They want to use them. The only reason we're not using them yet is because me working there, they can't buy them straight from me.
How are you going to sell this? So let's say it was, what, 20 seconds difference.
It was an 8-second difference on my count.
Can I go to a fire department and say, you're going to save 8 seconds by this? Do you think that there's a budget for this?
I do. Basically, the last month is when I started making my sales calls, and out of 11 departments that I visited, I've had 4 that's given me hard POs. The other 6 are working on getting the paperwork together to give me the PO.
What did you sell them for?
This size here, the smaller one, is sold for $215. The larger that goes on the steamer valve is $385.
Jeff, the only negative to your story is you're selling to the government. Your sector's under stress for budget cuts. They don't have any money.
Assuming they liked it, how much money would that particular firehouse have to put out to buy enough of them to equip their typical equipment?
Most fire departments, the way I've got it figured out, are going to average about 35 units.
It's $7,000 roughly is your typical sale. If you said you sold typically 35, that's a lot of money.
Going along that line, nobody has budget. Isn't the real play here if you could get fire departments to mandate this product? If you could get municipalities to say, you have to have this hose because it saves lives. Have you been able to get fire departments to approve it that way?
We're working toward that. We have not got that approval yet.
Are there distribution systems that provide direct products to fire stations like that jacket? Is there a company that distributes that directly?
Yes, there is.
Have you talked to them about this product?
Yes, I have.
And what have they said to you?
I went into them trying to make a deal for them to buy the patent. After they looked at it, they said that at present time, they wasn't ready to buy it, so they wanted to help me distribute them. They want to put it in their product line.
And how much capital do you need to get it into distribution?
$500,000.
I can't get over the fact that the distributors want you to take on the financial challenge of making the products, so they don't believe in it to that extent. So I'm out.
I keep weighing that 8-second savings, pitching a municipality against spending $7,000, and I don't think they're going to do it. I'm out.
Jeff, I love the design. Why can't you use it for oil pipelines? Or why can't you even use it for the hose I have at home? Because I can never screw in that stupid hose at home.
Like that one?
Why'd you wait so long to show us that?
Yeah, no kidding.
Now that will be made out of plastic.
This is part of the same deal?
It's part of the same thing.
Do you have a patent on that?
That patent falls under the same thing.
Have you tried to sell this?
No, I haven't. The main reason why is because I've been focusing on the fire side.
Wait, let's stop. There's nothing wrong with the fire thing, but you're realizing how difficult it is to change the entire industry. Now, on the other hand, there are 2 or 3 hose makers in the U.S. that supply all the big boxes. They're huge. Why wouldn't you go to them and say, I have a better way to attach your garden hose to every home in America, and you can pay me 20 cents, and you can manufacture this yourself? That's only one call to them.
I haven't worked on, like I said, I haven't worked on the household side of it at all, other than making a sample to see if it would function like that.
Let me just tell you, don't listen to him. 20 cents is way too low.
Jeff, do you have anything else in your pockets?
No, sir. No, I don't.
This is a big deal.
You know what, Jeff? I like this so much. What if I offered you $1.25 million for your company, plus a 3-year employment agreement at $100K per year to run the show? And I'll pay you a percentage of the profits once we hit certain hurdles that we agree to.
Wait a second, before you even consider that madness,
Two sharks are out. Mark has offered $1.25 million, a royalty, and an employment deal for 100% of Hycon.
wait a second, before you even consider that madness, Jeff, I find this kind of thing distasteful. Watching a great entrepreneur be taken advantage of. Wait a second. I think you're passionate about this fire element of your business. That's where you came from. I just want the garden hose piece, all right? I'm going to pay you $500,000 for 100% of that, and I'll pay you back a royalty of 3% in perpetuity.
If we become partners, which is what this would be, you're selling out from underneath us an important part of the company. And so we don't want to give that away.
We? What are you talking about, we?
My partner.
He's my partner. I'm not taking everything his whole life from him like you are.
I'm not either. I'm paying him a salary. In Arkansas, $100,000 is going to go a long way.
You're sucking the life out of him.
Jeff, what do you think about Mark's offer?
I would want to know what the percentage is, long-term percentage.
Okay.
I would want at least 7.5% royalties, long-term.
I was going to make an offer along the line of Mr. Cuban, but that's more generous than I was going to be at $1.25 million. I was not at 1.25. I'm out.
I'm going to leave my offer exactly the way it is because I don't have to change it. If you go to the dark side...
What is this with this dark side stuff? This is the enlightened side.
It disturbs me immensely to watch you suck the life out of this man. He's worked so hard to get to where he is, and you're just taking it all away from him.
It's such pahooey, right? And that's the most polite word I can come up with.
Well, my offer is very simple. I give you $500,000 for everything except the fire hose for 5%. It gives you the cash you need for everything else. It leaves you free from the tyranny of Mr. Cuban. And you know that's what it's going to be like.
Let me put it on the table, Jeff. $1.25 million for 100% of your company.
I've never seen greed like that. That's unbelievable
3-year
greed.
employment agreement. So you're making $100,000 per year for 3 years minimum, and I think we're going to work together forever. Plus 7.5% royalty on everything sold.
If you accept that, Jeff, I want a moment of silence for what died in here today. That is ridiculous. 100%. You don't do 100% deals. That's crazy.
Between the two offers, Mark, I like your offer a lot better. I'll accept it.
Yes.
This is one smart man.
Good move.
All right, partner. Let's go out and save some lives and make some money.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. Good job, guys. Really appreciate it. Good job. Thanks for being fine. Appreciate it.
All right.
It's offensive. Mark, it's over between us.
He went right to the top of that offer range immediately.
You know what? You don't think twice. When this company's worth $50, $60 million, we're not going to look back and say, boy, I gave him $1.25 million. I should have given him $1 million.
You don't really want to negotiate any of it?
I don't need to save $50 when I'm looking at making $50 million.
When can we have a meeting? Because I have a lot of companies I can sell you.
If they're like that, I'll buy them.
You know, who would have thought that someone from a small town in Arkansas would be able to make a $1.25 million deal with Mark Cuban? This is just the greatest.
Next time on Shark Tank.
Give me one reason I should give you $50,000.
I've grossed over $20 million in the last 4 years.
What have you done for me lately?
A lot of the maternity t-shirts out there are not flattering to women. They're not making them look sexy.
I have to say that this stuff is beautiful.
I'll give you $100,000.
I'll give you $100,000.
What happens if you walk out of here and a bus runs you over?
What do you mean? You want to think about it and come back?
Now, if I walk out here, there's daggers in my back.
She must know us.
An all-new jaw-dropping What Would You Do starts now on ABC.